Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to another Tin Dog podcast talking about Doctor Who. Ah, yes. Yes, I know there's lots of talk in the world about who's going to be the new streaming partner for Doctor Who on TV. Here's how much I care. Because TV Doctor Who just isn't for me. We've covered all this before. You don't need to hear it again from me. You don't need some random rant. And if you need people who are just annoyed at the universe, there's the entirety of YouTube for that. That's not what I'm about. What I'm about is going, hey, I've heard this. It's good. Or hey, I've heard this. It's bad. Or hey, I've heard this. What do you think? All of that, that's what you're here for. And the Third Doctor adventures have been glorious. Tim Treloar's version of the Third Doctor is just brilliant. And you know what? We're now in a position where we've got full cast dramas where none of the people are the people who are on TV, but it works beautifully. And this particular release is a 6-parter that just rocks. I mean, Alan Barnes has produced a beautiful bit of, well, Pertwee's last season-esque storyline, and it just works. Yes, you've got certain, I hate using the word tropes, but concepts and ideas that kind of live in the Third Doctor's time. He's stranded on Earth, except he's not. You've got, let's face it, on TV, he had 3 companions. You had Carol and John, who's no longer with us. You had Katie, she is with us, and then you've got Elizabeth Sladen, again, not with us. But we have got the daughters. And the daughters are producing some great stuff. Yeah. Sadie Miller. How good is she? And Daisy Ashford is just a brilliant Liz. John Coulshaw is putting in, as always, a superb Brigadier, because he understands the character so much that he actually knows the arc, the development of the Brigadier's character. It's just been announced today that there's going to be a unit box set with different eras, and that's going to be great. So you've got the elderly Brigadier being played by Coulshaw. He'll be able to add tweaks to the performance because he cares so much. Everybody involved in this cares an absolute ton. And it shows. It really does. Oh, here's the thing. Big Finish. I know sometimes you listen to these and sometimes you don't, but I just need to say there's something you do that annoys me. So, you can download the audios and you can put them on your audio player. Yeah? You're with me on this? And you can also download the extras. Hurrah! But if you download the extras and the audio and you put them all into the same folder, what you get is Big Finish for the Love of Stories. And then you get track 1, which is the extras. And then the actual episode starts. Or you get track 2, then the extras. Please could you call the extras like the equivalent of disc 3 or disc 5 or disc 4 or something with a higher number and then a high track number, because that way the extras come on at the end when you're playing them back. It's just a little niggle and something I could absolutely fix using the metadata editors, but it's not important, and it would be so easy for you to fix at your end before you upload them, because we love the extras. We love that those digital recordings you get, hey, you've got these nice big hour-long interviews with people, which are just brilliant, because we love those just as much as the episodes. Well, not as much, but you know what I mean. So please, feel free just to change the track numbering so that the automatic systems put them in the right order. Tiny gripe, let's have a synopsis, shall we? This title was released in February 2026, will be available to buy from Big Finish exclusively till the 31st of March. You scroll all the way down and it says this title is currently out of stock on CD, which means you won't be able to buy it on CD after the 31st of March because there's none left. Synopsis. The Doctor and the Brigadier are on the trail of a stolen advanced technology. Sarah Jane Smith is convinced an informant is leading her to a top-secret space tracking station, and Dr. Elizabeth Shaw is wearing a metal helmet covered in tin foil. It's a deadly puzzle involving a precocious schoolgirl, a Saturday Night All-In wrestling star, and a high-ranking military officer. There's a plot to control the Earth's weather, and somewhere in all of this there's a connection to the constellation of Centaurus. To defeat an enemy with no regard for human life, the Doctor must battle on all fronts, but not before lethal encounter and Venusian karate with a downward K-klak. Brigadier Alastair Golden British Steward is under licence from County Joe. That's what it always says, every time. And we just kind of nod politely and go along with it. Look, Tim's brilliant. And the exciting world of tea time wrestling takes you right back to the 70s. I love that in the interview John Barnes just goes, you had this idea that the Third Doctor watching Saturday afternoon wrestling. Because let's face it, I was there. I did watch these. I even saw Giant Haystacks take on Big Daddy live at Great Yarmouth. Yeah, now that's the sort of memory you just can't pry from a child. Actually, someone in the crowd threw a can at Giant Haystack's head and it bounced off, and I think that's arguably the only time he was actually hurt the entire event. Yeah, we don't need to do that. What I'm saying is that's the kind of world we're at. And if this had been out at the time, the guy who used to be a pro wrestler who appeared in Kiss would have been playing the wrestler in this. And I'm pretty sure, in the long run, this actually connects with King Yrcanos. But that's just spurious mind canon. It's nothing to do with this story. What I need to say is this just rocks. And you know what? With it being a six-parter, you've usually got your 4 and your 2 layout. But this is just brilliant. Genuinely. Mainly because you've got the first and third companions of the Third Doctor appearing in the same story. Yes, I've gone on for hours about how good they are as performers, but it's really nice to have them laid out here. And because this is called The Imposters, you just know that not everyone's going to be themselves, but to a much lesser level than you'd think. It does have the feel of an Avengers episode, but that's only at the beginning, and then it becomes very, very Doctor Who. It feels also very much like his last series, and there's even a gag about Mike Yates' replacements. I don't want to give away spoilers, but what I do want to say is that this is a cracking yarn told at a speed. It never takes a breath and it just keeps going. And there's characters in it who are more than reminiscent of people you'd see on TV, and when you find out why the factions are called certain things and it feels a lot like a certain, well, TV show, then you start going, oh, it all makes a lot more scary sense. There are so many layers that by the time you reach the end, you're going, oh God, yeah, I get it all now. And at the beginning, all of the main storylines are just laid out in front of you, and you go, okay, where are we going? And they all interweave and all make sense beautifully. I can't praise this story enough, genuinely. So here's the trailer, and decide for yourself, as always. Until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, The Imposters.
It's all right, I don't need any help. I'm a journalist. Rifling through secret files is what I'm best at.
Young lady, would you be good enough to turn out your pockets?
Good grief, she's got a laser. Do you think she's an alien?
I'm not, really, I'm not.
Neptunian so-called Downward K-klak!
I don't see any dinosaurs on the drive, or Daleks.
I don't follow.
It's Venusian karate.
Exactly, Sarah.
Follow whoever it is down to ground level.
Oh, I'm getting the hang of this.
Into the containment sector.
Elimination protocol activated by Dr. Elizabeth Shaw.
You wouldn't happen to have an interfering journalist in there with you by any chance? Because I have to tell you, she's with me. Sarah, get down!
The microwave beam was spectacular.
The mind does not travel through time and space. It renders time and space to contain itself.
You are.
Now those things are gaining on us. You go, Sarah Jane.
Oh, what are you going to do? Fend them off with one-legged Venusian judo?
Just this once, will you try not to argue?
Come here. I'll show you submission. Fire!
telescope can't take that sort of punishment.
Never mind that.
Commiserations! The rest you know.
On the contrary, Liz, we know nothing. Who are they, these imposters? What are they doing here?
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Tragedy in Croydon this afternoon. The doctor appears to be dead.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. All topics discussed are the intellectual property of the copyright owners. No infringement is intended. Why not follow the show on Blue Sky at Tin Dog Podcast